app on my phone that can show me to make sure I'm all set up right and everything. So I should be good. I'm on my way back to the job site in Minneapolis. I just left Barton's in New Brighton, and so I'll just be on the road for a little bit. So I just wanted to tell a little story. If you can hear me, I know I need to set up a microphone, but just thought I'd tell the story of how I got into trucking as a mother, as a woman, as a not so very old person. Sorry, got an itch in my ear. So in order to tell that story, I have to go back a few years. Let's see where to start. Well, I did go to college. I think I've mentioned that before, maybe not, but maybe not. I studied music, and voice was my major, an instrument, but I never finished. And I'll explain all that some other day, but that's not important right now. What's important to know is I have a lot of student loans, I don't have a degree, and I don't have any qualifications besides trucking that would give me a livable income. But how I started in trucking, I actually started out as a nursing assistant. And I was working as a nursing assistant, certified nursing assistant. By the way, I took the course when I was 16, and I've worked in three different nursing homes as a nursing assistant. But this particular one, I got pneumonia while I was there, and my family was getting sick from me bringing home nasty stuff from the nursing home, and I just, like, maybe this is not the right job for me, for our family. I had a 1-year-old at home, just one child, but I didn't want to keep getting him and my husband sick, so I decided to explore the option of driving school bus. Someone had mentioned to me that there was a company that was hiring, and they train you to drive for them. They do the test. It's an inside test, so to speak. So, like, if they say you're ready, unless you do something really stupid, like hit a curb or something, you're probably gonna pass. I mean, you have to work with your instructor and make sure that you put in the work, but as long as you do that, you're gonna get the license. So, thought about it, and after working at that nursing home for a couple months, I gave the company a call, and I said, what do I do? What do I need to do to sign up to work here, to become a school bus driver? And they said, well, you got to get your license, and that's pretty much it. Get your permit, and then we can train you. Then you get your license with us, and then you can start. So I said, great. I started studying immediately online, reading the manual and doing the practice tests on some different websites to prepare for my written test to get my permit for my CLP. Now, when I was doing this, though, I didn't have the mindset of just getting my Class B. I wanted to get my Class A right away. So I studied extra hard. So instead of having, okay, so for for school bus, most of them do not have air brakes, so I wouldn't have necessarily needed to take that exam. And of course I wouldn't have needed the combination exam for school bus. I did, however, need the general and the passenger and of course the school bus test. But I took those additional 2 as well because I wanted to get my Class A license. And I, of course, would need a test for that. But anyhow, so I went to the school bus company. They had some classes to prepare yourselves for taking the written exam. And then they actually scheduled us to go in to test. And I went in and I took all 5 tests all at once. I would not recommend that to anybody, but that's what I did. And surprisingly, I passed every single test, all 5 of them at one go. So, but keep in mind, I had been studying like crazy to make sure that I had every chance to succeed. So I got my Class A permit, what year was that? 2015 in December. So then I was ready to train. And then I started training to drive school bus. Of course, it's just me and a trainer on the bus. And we just drive around. I had to practice backing and parking uphill and downhill and picking up pretend students at different places and not hitting the curbs and all that kind of stuff to pass my driving test. So I practiced and practiced and practiced, and it was great practicing in December because there's ice, there's snow, there is the worst conditions imaginable, and that's what I was practicing in. And I actually do recommend that because then you are more prepared when you go out there by yourself. So then I took my test the end of December, my driving test, and I passed first go because I was taught well and I did my homework and I put the work in. I'm telling you, if you put the work into doing these things, anybody can do it as long as you're qualified to drive commercial vehicles. You'll do it. You just got to put the work in. So then I started driving school bus. Of course, the school was out for winter break, so I didn't start until January. I got my own route, and then I could bring my 1-year-old with me, which he, of course, hated the first little couple months, the first few months. And it was miserable, but then I had a job with my kid coming with me every day, and that was great. So I was licensed as I had a Class B license with school bus and passenger endorsements. They did not train me nor, of course, test me with air brakes, so I could not drive with air brakes, and I could not drive combination or Class A vehicles yet. I had intended to test before my permit expired at the beginning of June. That didn't happen. I found out in April 2016 that I was pregnant a second time, and that kind of stalled things for a little bit. I wanted to go to trucking school that fall. My husband said, no, now is not the time. You could do it another time, but not now. So I listened to him and I waited. And I'm almost at the job site, so I will resume later. Bye.